Hey YouTube!
I'm Alyssa,
I'm Rachel,
and this is our first official video blog.
Yes, and this is take 2 because we went through. So this is the YouTube capture on my phone, and I thought that just turning it would start it. I didn't know you had to push the the big red button that's right here on the screen. So we went through the entire video. And I was holding it up with my arm, and then I realized, oh my god, it's not filming. So I've set it up because, I'm gonna have like a really buff arm from holding it up so long. But okay, so let's try this again.
We are clearly experts at this.
Yes. Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about the pros and cons of living in sunny California. Pro number 1 is the weather. It is sunny, 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 day, night. Not night.
It's sunny during the night.
Not night. Excuse me. It's sunny during the day, every day, all year, and for most people that's a huge pro because they love living where there's, no rain, there's no snow and all that. So.
And the temperatures are pretty moderate, so it doesn't get like too cold or too hot at all.
Yeah.
Like even on hot days, like the hottest day I know this year was like 105, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like terrible. We were all dying, but like my friend lives in El Paso, and she was like, "Dude, this is like the normal thing." I'm like, "Dang."
Oh,
and it's not that humid. It's like dry heat, so
yeah.
it doesn't feel like really gross and sticky and stuff. So that's good.
True. So then it's what about the terrains?
If you want to go to the beach, you can. If you want to go to the mountains, you can go up to Big Bear, Mammoth. If you want to go to the desert, you can go to the Mojave or Death Valley or anything like that. So pretty much there's something for everyone. Like, yeah, so there's just a lot of versatility, I guess, in the terrain.
Oh, yeah. And the colleges. Let's get started on the colleges. There are literally colleges on every single corner that you can think of. I go to Cerritos, and she goes to USC.
Right on.
Yeah. I don't know what my little thing, but anyway. So I mean, there's a lot of colleges. There's a lot of choices. It's not like there's 2 in the entire state. There's 2 in one city.
Yeah.
So yeah. And
so I think the major one that everyone's thinking of is Hollywood. So yeah, it's definitely something that you have to visit when you come here. It seems kind of cliche, but it's definitely something to see. So I think one of my favorite things is Hollywood Boulevard and the Walk of Fame with all the stars. And it's interesting to see who actually has a star, because I remember like when I was younger and I walked over Donald Duck's star and I was like, you guys gave Donald Duck a star, right on. And
quack quack.
Did you said you saw Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah, I saw Marilyn Monroe's. Of course I had to wait like a long time to take a picture of it because everyone was like circling around it. And then you could see where they have their hands in the cement and their feet, and they have like sections where they have the cast of like Twilight and the cast of Harry Potter, and they have like all the main characters, their hands and their feet. And I saw Michael Jackson. That was kind of sad. I saw Robin Williams. Sad day. So yeah, definitely do that if you're out here. That's one of the things you need to do.
Yeah.
And next is opportunities.
Yeah, so there are a lot of ways that you can make connections with people. There are people with a lot of influence, especially in Hollywood, in LA. So if you get connected with the right people, you can really work your way up in like whatever field you want. So like academia, like if you want, there are like really top researchers here. So if you get the right connections, they can really hook you up with a good research position, like volunteer position, or like if you're an actor, like that's huge. You can make a lot of connections here, and that's why Hollywood's so big.
Hollywood. And one of the more silly pros, but that I know my family in Colorado just like, this is like the holy grail, is In-N-Out. Now, I'm not a huge fan, but everybody in California is like In-N-Out, 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 and they're actually building one literally like right next to my house. But
really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That makes me really happy.
Which means the lines are going to be wrapped around the building a few times because everybody goes crazy about In-N-Out. It's like, the little stereotype like white girl Starbucks, add In-N-Out in there because everybody and their dogs are at In-N-Out.
Yeah, even my friends that go out of state for college, they come back and they're like, dude, let's go to In-N-Out. I'm like, all right, let's go.
I'm like, you know. But, alright, so those are some of the pros. Now for the cons, it is always hot, like I said before. And, you know, if you like hot, that's great. But then when you're here for all your life, you know, you're kind of tired of it. And you want to see some snow once in a while, right? And you don't want to have to drive an hour to go to the mountains to see snow, you know? And, you know, like, on Christmas, you know, like the White Christmas and all that, none of those Christmas songs make sense to me, because they're talking about, you know, going on a sleigh or whatever, and I'm like, a sleigh on what? The cement? And, you know, I don't wake up to a White Christmas. I wake up to, you want to fry eggs? Just crack them open on the sidewalk, and they sizzle up. That's my Christmas. And I get kind of tired of it. I want to see some snow once in a while. So that's a con for me.
So, I think that the lack of versatility, or like, in the weather it can be a pro for some people, like if they really like this weather, or it could be a con. It could, you know, people could get sick of it. And, so that kind of segues into our next one, which is the drought.
Mm-hmm.
Fun stuff, and it's been going on for a long while now, and so, there are a lot of, like, sanctions. It depends on your city, but, I know, like, for my town, you're not allowed to, you know, wash your driveway or anything like that.
Or your car.
Or your car. Like, with a hose, you have to, like, wet a rag and then wipe your car with the rag.
You'll get a ticket. You'll get a big fat ticket.
By the way, I'm sorry, I'm, like, sniffling. I have a cold. Sorry. You guys probably think that's so gross. I'm sorry. But anyway.
Yeah,
like,
so there's that. That's all over the news, so you've probably heard about it. And, another one would be our colleges. Yes, it's good that there's so many, but they're all packed because, you know, there's like, I don't even know how many people in this state. It's ridiculous. So, you know, everybody's going to college, which is good, you know, no argument in that. But, I mean, it was just packed. And registration dates, I mean, you got to be on the ball, because if you're not, you're going to lose your classes. And I was sitting there, like, at my computer, and I was like, enroll, like, the minute my time came, you know, or all your classes are going to fill up. My school is pretty packed too, and I mean, there was just like 20 kids from the waiting list that were just in the class hoping that people don't show up, or hoping that people drop, and I'm sitting there like, oh my god.
And for like universities and stuff, like, they're getting more and more selective because more and more people are applying. And I know for SC, like, they were bragging like, oh, we only let this amount of people in, and to me, I'm just like, man, that sucks, you know, that there were so many people that applied that were probably really capable and really smart, but, like, they're just getting more and more selective, and it gets, the competition gets tougher and tougher each year, so, yeah.
And, but for my college, I go to community, so all you have to do is, graduate high school, and that's it, so.
But, like, the thing with that is, like she was saying, if you try to register for class, you gotta be, like, right on it, or else you can't take the classes that you need.
Yeah, you'll go from trying to take English, math, and a science to underwater basket weaving.
Fun stuff.
Fun, yeah. Very educational. And another one would be, it's expensive. And I'm not just talking about the college, I'm talking about everything. Like gas, for one. Last year it almost hit $5 a gallon. Yes, you heard me, a gallon. And I was in Colorado visiting family, and one of the gas stations was $1.11. And I wanted to explode. I was like, really?
I'm so glad that we didn't start driving until this year, because the gas prices did go down, but compared to other states, it's still pretty high.
Oh yeah, for us, down is, oh wow, it's only $3.30. That's so low. That's like a record. Everywhere else, they're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm talking about everything. I had something stuck in my throat. I'm sorry. I'm talking about living too. I mean, groceries. Everything's more expensive. And
housing. Housing's huge.
To buy a house in, like, let's say Kansas or Nebraska, it's the same price to rent an apartment in Los Angeles. In Los Angeles. So, I mean, and the location, I mean, you could be in some crap area, but it's still like $1 million to have a 1-bedroom apartment, as opposed to living on the beautiful countryside, which is, you know, a quarter of that price to own a house. Don't get it.
Yeah, and I think, like, as a caveat to the networking that we were talking about earlier, there's this huge thing in Californian culture, and especially in LA, about ambition, and you always have to get ahead, like, for yourself. Like, you're always out for yourself. So you can meet people that you're trying to network with that really don't want to help you, and like could be manipulative or could be fake. And there are a lot of people that I've met from other states that have come, like, to find opportunity here, and they've just been used and abused. So, like, it's a really sad fact, but a lot of people, especially if they're successful or they're working their way towards it, and that's the only, like, goal that they have, they can be very manipulative.
Fake homies. We've got plenty.
Foamies.
Another one would be, we have an abundance of crime, and I know that's kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but I mean, there's crime in every city, but we just tend to have, like I said, an abundance of it. I mean, there's just so much, like, actually, for like a straight week, you know, at night I would be hearing, you know, gunshots down the street, and I'm just like, to me, I'm just like, I'm so used to it, I'm, okay. Yeah, I just ducked from the window, but, you know, and I was talking to my cousin who's from Iowa, and she's just saying, Jesus, you know, she's like, how do you live like that? I'm like, I don't know, good question.
Yeah, and like, I think it comes with just living really close together with a ton of people, you know, like, there's obviously going to be a propensity for more crime, which is scary.
More crazies, too.
Yeah. I think what goes along with that huge population is pollution. So our air is, yeah. So I remember my friends and I went to the Griffith Observatory a couple days ago, and it's just basically this place where you can go and just look over. You can see downtown, and it's just a really pretty view. But the sun was setting, and you could just see, like, this layer of, like, orange around the city. And then my friends were like, yeah, smog, because that's like, we joke around that the smog makes the sunsets prettier, which
yeah,
it's so sad that that's become a joke. But yeah, it's true. It's not very clean here. The sky isn't as blue as, you know, other places.
Flying, yeah, it's orange. Not literally, but almost. Flying in to LAX from, like, other states, you know, you literally can't see LA. You're like, where's LA? Come through this huge, like, layer of just crap, and you're like, oh, there it is, wow. You're like,
whoop, there it is.
Yeah, you're like 5 feet from the ground. Oh, there it is, wow, you know.
You just see like a bunch of, like a cloud of light, and you're like, is that it? And then you come down, and then you finally
brown.
see it.
It's brown, guys. Ew. Start walking. Start carpooling. Come on, guys.
Yeah, there are a lot of advertisements now for, like,
Uber.
Uber is really big too.
Yeah,
it's growing, especially
much to the taxi's dismay.
Yeah.
I use Uber. Haters gonna hate.
There are a lot of places too that kind of advertise, like, riding your bike and, like, taking the metro. Oh, that's another thing. Like, the public transportation system, not that great. Especially as someone at SC who dorms there, like, and I don't have a car or anything, because it's like $300 for parking there. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, so
oh my God.
Right. So I take the metro a lot of places with my friends, and it's just like, it's kind of a mess compared to other states. So Uber is probably the best.
Uber
option.
is life. Uber is love. Uber is life.
Oh no, are we bringing that back?
No, we're not. Who knows, I might. Alright, so that was our first video. It's kind of not really organized, but this is literally our first YouTube video ever. So, leave, like she said, any questions that you have, or leave, like, requests. I was thinking, you know, like a variety, not just talking about random stuff, but kind of like a variety, like makeup tutorials, hair tutorials, even cosplays, like, you know, cosplay makeup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For, like, Halloween especially. Or
we could do, like, we were talking about doing, like, reviews of shows or movies, so if that's interesting to you, just, like, let us know.
Yeah, review, that'd be fun, yeah.
Oh, so just like, to sum up, like, I know, we ended with cons, so it seems like we don't like California, but overall, for me, like, I like living here.
Yeah.
It just depends on your taste.
And, you better not be afraid of earthquakes. No, California's alright, yeah. I like it. Maybe not one of my favorite states, but then again, I'm more of a country person, so...
Yeah, it just depends on your personality.
We're in the middle of a giant city, so... You know, I'm gonna be kind of biased. So yeah, leave those requests, and we're gonna see about doing a video every Sunday. I know it's Monday, but she is at USC, except for on the weekend, so we'll get the date settled down as time goes by, but just count on every Sunday. Good?
Yep.
And we'll see you later.
Bye.
Alyssa and Rachel and Alyssa out.